Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video I'm going to showcase all the fans for the second update around Updated Outback Place in Roblox, which is my Roblox map. We're starting it off in my house as per every episode's going to be. I got the wing tap. Today is a very hot day, so it's like 40 degrees, so all my fans are on high, besides the laundry. I want to put a light in here, but I'm also not sure about whether to swap this or not. Because I'm thinking about trying to get some nationals out of a building if I can, just because why not. Mistral capacitor loyal from the late 70s with the medallion. I need to swap that for the newest model, Mistral exhaust fan. In here we've got the National 36-inch and a working modern Explorer exhaust fan. I can probably show you the back cover as well because I haven't shown that. There it is. That house hasn't been shown yet and probably won't for a while because I need to complete it. In my master bedroom there's a wing tap. These are genuine wing taps. These actually come with the house. The one in the lounge used to be in here, but it was taken out. So that one's still in here. What I want to do eventually is fill in this garage once the collection gets a bit bigger for this map. Fill in the garage and yeah. Go from there. I got an Omega controller for some reason. Now we're in my neighbour's house with these Martech ceiling fans. This was the original one they put in, and they added some in the bedrooms. So this one's 5 speed. It's in reverse, and the light kit scrapes on the motor, so don't know how long that's going to last. This one here is fine. They just run them 24/7, like they never turn them off. This one's on 3-speed control because I think it was added later. In the bedrooms it gets quite warm. This has a slight bad capacitor. This one in here, it runs fine. Besides, it's now got a wobble since last update, and the light kit's falling off. And they got a pedestal fan, cheap pedestal fan running. This bedroom, this one's missing a cane insert, and the light kit's smashed off. So if you turn it on, it would just spark and short out. 2 fancy pedestal fans, pieces of junk, probably just came up, rebrands. And in the other main bedroom, another Martech, the light kit fell off this one as well. It's gone. And 2 pedestal fans. So this one doesn't even work. What a cheap piece of junk. My other neighbour's house, the one with the Arctic Bostons and the Clipsals, they are actually gone away on holidays, so the fans are not used at the moment. They don't even use the clips in the spare bedroom anyway. And you've got the Arctic Boston in the main bedroom. So yeah, they're away, so those fans aren't on. Okay, well now we're in the Smith Union Market. I'm not sure why it's a bit bright in here though. Shouldn't be like that. Mistral, which replaced the Loyal in the late 80s for some reason. Clipser, which replaced an SMC K36. For some reason, it's just too bright in here. Junk Brilliant Lighting Tempo, piece of garbage, which is very wobbly. And we've got the best out of all of the fans, the Mistral Loyal capacitor fan. Oh, and if we go over here, there's an exhaust fan in the bathroom, Brimsmead. Oh, it doesn't even work. Now we're at the Noob house, which is just across the street from the gym. They've got an SMC Wattmaster in here. They have not cleaned it, I don't think, since like last year or the year before. It's very, very filthy. It's on that 3-speed control. We've got the one in the kitchen, which is seizing up slowly but surely. It will eventually come to a complete stop. In the one of the master bedrooms, we've got a HPM, which replaced the Lucci. Which that replaced an SMC Wattmaster. And the same for in here, but this is a Living Essentials. Just a cheap ceiling fan. I think it only cost like 30 bucks at cheapest chips. But oh well, you get what you pay for, I guess. Now we are in the gym. The gym has Clipsal ceiling fan here with a bent blade on a Bonnier controller, which is over there. A wall fan. I'm not sure what brand they are. Another Clipsal. This one's on a Martech Heritage control. Don't know what happened to this wall fan, but something certainly happened to it. Over here we've got the Hero 48-inch running fine. I think it's slowed down a little bit. And an airflow, Clipsal airflow, which is on the thing. And who would have guessed the pull chain ripped out of the wall fan, and for some reason both the gauges just, I don't know, come off or something. So I have no idea what happened to those wall fans, but they're pretty busted. Okay, now we're I think this is a pizza shop, I'm not sure, but we're not going to go in because they're not open yet. Not fully open because this is lunchtime. So yeah, they're all on low. I have no idea why, but they're all on one variable speed control. Now we're in the council office. We've got this Eglo Surf ceiling fan. I think it's 52 inch. This one doesn't work. If we turn it up, it doesn't do anything. The power to it's on. Turn the air conditioner. Big ass fans. There's no big ass fans in here. Clipsal airflow. We've got a junk HPM. For some reason they installed a 48 inch, not a 56. Crompton Parkinson. These are filthy. They need to be cleaned. The Weatherite, which are also quite dirty. Eglo Surf again. And another Crompton Parkinson. Here's all the controls. They actually did do some sort of renovation. They cleared out the path and stuff. And I'm going to try and ask the council for these fans. Just for the roleplay maps. Now we're in Bank. They don't even use these 3 Winco Watt masters. Like, I've never ever seen them used. So, I might actually ask if they'd consider getting rid of them. But, yeah, they look nice. But there might have been one here at some point. I'm not sure. Now we're in, what is this? Supermarket. There's these hexagonal national Watt masters in here. This one doesn't work, unfortunately. We've got a Mistral with slightly reflective blades, which is really cool. This one also doesn't work. I think the wiring in the lower canopy is just wrecked. This is the only one that still functions in here. I've actually got the air conditioners on today too. Well, because it is really hot. So there's the controls for the aircon. But yeah, I might actually consider asking this shop as well for those two that don't work. Okay, now we're in the... I don't know what this store is. But there's got these Crompton Greaves. This one doesn't work anymore. This one's working fine. It's been used a lot though, more than the rest. Which makes sense because it's above the counter. And we've got the GC in the middle, which he never uses. Also would like to try and get that nice GC. But as you'll see, it doesn't work when you change speeds or anything. It just doesn't do anything. So yeah, that Crompton Grease has now failed. Now we're in Mitre 10 with these HPMs that were installed only a few years ago, just before they stopped making the J-hook ones. They all work okay, I guess. Although you remember one had a bent blade up last time. That one's still got a bent blade, which was, oh my goodness. Well, no more bent blade, so I wonder what's going to happen with that now, if it doesn't fall down. But why they're using it is a little concerned. We're in the library, the extra fancy and vintage library that had a lot of GC unions. This one's still here, which is good to see. It's on its original control. This replaced Fierce Sparky because the bookshelf fell down and smashed it. And now they put up this Revel Aroma, which is on the GC union canopy. We go over here, another GC Union. This one was reinstalled from over there. It's on a 3-speed control as well. This was also reinstalled, which is a Royal Wattmaster, I think, which wasn't reinstalled from over there somewhere. Another one. The 360 loft ceiling fan has actually been replaced with a Hunter Pacific Typhoon Match 3, which they don't look that bad, but I have no idea how good of quality they were. There was the Royal up there. There's another GC Union. They've got the air conditioners on today as well. DMC, which replaced GC Union. Crompton Greaves, which also replaced GC Union. Calypso, which replaced the Mistral, which the Mistral replaced a Martec. Martec, same as this. And they were all on variable speed controls, but they replaced all the controls. That was a while back anyway. That one's in reverse. That one's... Now we're in a cafe with the extra fancy Fiat Sparkies, which replaced those junk Milano fans that Tyson installed a few years ago. These are very wobbly, which for some reason all the fans they have in here just keep breaking. They're on medium today because the AC is running, so they don't want us to freeze the place, but they don't want us to be too cold. This one's quite wobbly. This one's very wobbly. They need to replace that or fix it. This one's alright, slight wobble. This one's probably the best one out of them all. Then you've got the extra fancy Clipsal Zen, which is a DC fan. Oh dear, what happened in here? This is having problems. This CMC imported industrial is having problems. Clipsal, Jamaica wind, all on golden fan regulators. I don't know what's going on, but this is a big mixture. Here are those nationals I was mentioning and referencing at the start of the video that I would like to get for my collection in the map, which is my house over there. They're quite nice. Only one has its original control. But I'm not sure if they're going to demolish it because the servo out there is boarded up for demolition. And that's got Panasonics in it, but I'm not too fussed about those. Now we're in the, what's it called? The Roblox supermarket. There was a Weatherite here ages ago that could replace the Clipsal. The Weatherite replaced the GC Loyal. Got ACs on today because it is really hot. It's like 40 plus degrees. As the day goes on, it gets hotter. Fantastic Sky fan over here, which is quite nice. Fluorescent light that doesn't work. This is like a low speed now, to be honest. It's that bad slow. It's gonna quit by the end of the summer. Another GC Loyal. Another GC Loyal. This one over here with bent blade is still there. The golden fan. Very filthy. I need to clean them. Junk Mercator Swift. There's that well that I already showed. There's another clip. Okay, now we're in this shop that I forget to show literally every single time. It has Martex, well, all was Martex originally, but some have been replaced. That one's on low for some reason. There's just one replaced with the V-Spark and one replaced with the Hero. They're all on these Martech TAC controls. Alright, now we're in this bar across the street. This is outrageously wobbly. This fan is literally either going to fall down or it's going to chuck another blade. So I guess we'll have to wait and see because they're still using it. The light bulb's already fallen out of it and it probably smashed. This one's running okay. They're all in terrible condition and the whole building should be demolished. But we'll see how long it lasts throughout the series. The series will continue going until, I don't know, either the map doesn't work or I get too busy to make it. Mistral 1440 not industrial, Rattan fan. Whoops. And this HPM, which is fairly new and it's already wobbly. So we'll see how long that HPM lasts before it actually gets replaced. Got some Clipsal industrials in here, the older version because it's got the black ball socket. The first one's wobbling now, I don't know what happened to it. But they seem to run okay. Whoops. Maybe another supermarket. We got this SMC Wattmaster here. It was quite wobbly before, but they fixed it. Ventec Glacier. It did not replace anything. They actually added it because out of the whole shop, this is the only spot that didn't have a fan. So they needed to add a fan. There's the remote. We've got an not an airflow, Clipsal. Don't know if they're going to replace any of these. This one does need to be replaced. It doesn't even work. This one's quite wobbly. I think it's the wobbliest one out of them all now. We've got this SMC Wattmaster. There's the controls. A little bit uneven. Yeah, another Clipsal over here. Oh, maybe this one's the wobbliest. I'm not sure. You guys can decide. This small mini market. We've got a Clipsal here. This was added a couple of years ago. It's already quite dirty. I think it's a little bit of bad capacitor too. Air conditioner which is on, and here's that UEC. This was the originally the only fan in here, but it's still on its original controller, which is awesome. It's a nice fan. In the clothing store next door, we've got this. It's a Super Air of some kind, Alaska thing. I'm not exactly sure what they're rebranded as. This one's got a bad capacitor and it wobbles, and we've got a little GC Everest Mini or Junior. I forgot which name it is, but it's an Everest anyway. And, of course, that did replace an Everest, unfortunately. I do not have any of the fans on in the bowling alley, any of these Clipsal Airflow DC fans. There's 4 along there and there's 2 at the front. Just the air conditioner's on today. 7-Eleven has this SMC, I think it's an SMC or a Clipsal Airflow. It replaced a Bonaire, presumably in the early 2000s. Whoops. They're all on Bonaire controls, Martech Heritage style things. This one's got a bit of a bad capacitor, but it still works okay. This Sun Air Avante thing replaced one. It's a bit wobbly. This one also has a bad capacitor because they're all on high, but they're not very fast. A very, very, very rare occurrence has happened in here, this grocery store. This Mistral tap, they use it often, as you can tell, it's filthy. Here's the controls for the fans. This one they use regularly, not all the time as that one. But these two, they never use them because the controls are very stiff to turn. But they're on today, they're on high. That's really nice to see. Both of them, they still work. I think the last time I seen them run was like last year. So, very, very rare occurrence to see them run, but they do have bad. Now we're in this really ancient bar. Like, this thing was built in like the early 1900s. These wing tabs were added. This one, it seizes up when you turn it on, like it constantly just jams. It just keeps doing this the entire time. It doesn't stop doing that. This one still runs okay. This one does the same thing, but it seizes up indefinitely. Let's have a look at it run. See, it goes to turn on perfectly fine. Slows down, and it's jammed. Oh, what's it doing? Yep, it's locked up. You're not going to get that thing to turn on. This Morelli, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it keeps slowing down, speeding up. This is actually the slowest it's ever been. It's wearing out, definitely. This one's okay. They both have loose motor mounts, which I'll show you in a minute. And a Winco watt mask. I think this is like literally the only good condition fan that's probably not going to die. And then here is the loose motor mounts. As you can see, they both have loose motor mounts, but this one, I don't know, they're probably going to have to replace them because this one keeps slowing down, speeding up. Office number 2. Expel exhaust fan there. You can see the fan works. You can see the fan up there works. Those are 1960s Expel GX6s. That one, the fan doesn't seem to do anything. This new version, the fan's running in that, as you can see. Let's go inside. There's no fans in the foyer. We've got this one. The louvers don't work on the Expel. Got the greaves. In here, there's an Expel vintage GEC. Vintage GEC. In here, there is a fair few GX12. There's 3 of them. 60s models. They all work, surprisingly. The middle one's fairly clean. Yeah, they all work nicely, which is good. That one's got broken louvers. Does this one work okay? Oh, look at that. That one actually does work fine. The louvers to that don't open. That Hero doesn't work. Crompton Parkinson, there's controls. Now we're in Wendy's. There's this brilliant lighting tempo, which is in reverse. They should replace that. Casablanca with the slight wobble. Once again, I'm not sure why it's so bright in here. I'm going to have to go through studio and have a look why, because it wasn't like this before. Very, very, very shaky clipsal. Only a matter of time before something goes wrong with that. Another very wobbly Casablanca. You might remember the very, very wobbly one from last video, which is at the back, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, this is the one. It's actually falling out of the bracket. It's shaved off the plastic for the ball socket, so the whole thing's starting to fall out of the bracket. But the rest seem to be working okay, besides the very wobbly. Now we're in this other supermarket. We've got a Ventes Stanza, which was here last update. It replaced the 1990s SMC GC, which had a failed capacitor. I did change this Ventes Stanza model, though, to my new one, so this is the newer version of it. It's more realistic, as you can see. It's a lot nicer looking. The blades are accurate. Sunset Loyal, which Sunset's the rebrand. But the brilliant lighting tempo has now failed. You can see it's on. We change the speed. It doesn't do anything. Oh, what's wrong with it? I don't actually know what's wrong with it. It was working okay last update, though. I think it was a little bit wobbly. Maybe it's seizing. Maybe the motor's seized up or something. Okay, it's broken. This one has a bad capacitor. This one they don't use because the controller's all full of dirt on the top there, which you can see. I have no idea what happened in here. This Indola ceiling fan somehow lost a blade. I literally don't know how that happened. This one's still working okay, which is good. I might actually ask the shop owner if he ever gets rid of it, if he can let me know, because this Indola's quite nice. The Wattmaster upstairs is still okay. Slight weight capacitor. GEC Loyal 56-inch in here is moving lots of air. It's good quality. They seem to like this fan a lot and use it a lot, so hopefully it stays here. Shop next door. GEC Relight 1970s. I think they come out in 1970 or 1969, I forgot. 6-speed relight controls. We've got the Robin Hood, which replaced one, unfortunately. But we'll see how long that lasts, because those ones with the capacitor and top canopy don't tend to last very long. This Royal Industrial 48-inch in this hotel thing, motel, whatever it is. They use it, but the Winco Wattmaster upstairs, the room's not occupied, so it's not on. But there it is. It's quite nice. Now we're at the salon, which has this Revelair, which they don't use, unfortunately, so I'm going to try and ask for that. They use that one a lot, though. And that X-Blair's missing a few louvers, but they still use them. Let's see if we can show you. There we go. They still run okay. This one they use a lot. This one gets used as well, but they don't clean that one as often. I don't know why. There's the controller for the one that's off, and that's the reason it's off, because the burn. Since the last update video, the bank has updated in here a bit, so they've actually got rid of all the wood inside and painted outside and stuff. This one, the canopy's slightly dropped on this Crompton Park. I'm not sure why it's on low though. But this one, they wrecked the top canopy. They completely broke it, unfortunately. And if we go upstairs, they also did some work up here as well. Here's the Hero Industrial. They still run the station next door. We've got this 1990s Weatherite 48-inch, very, very rare, on a Revelair controller. And we've got this Revelair ceiling fan, which is quite wobbly. Don't know what happened since last year, but I think they tried to clean it and bent it or something. But it's very wobbly now. Now we're at another shop. This shop has this 1950s Mitsubishi ceiling fan, 6 speeds. It's imported from Thailand, I think. They still use it. Works very well. Got the Explorer exhaust fan orange blade, which they still use that as well. I've got an air conditioner, which is on because it's on. We are in my favourite shop in this map, I think. With all these Winco ceiling fans laid out. The old version, because they have the indent in the bottom of the motor. All 56-inch. There's literally so many in here. It'd be very nice to get them all one day. So this one runs good above the entry. I've got an SMC, which replaced one, unfortunately. That Wattmaster controller over there controls this one. This bladeless one, unfortunately, because they put the sign here and took the blades off. So I'll show you row by row. This one's working fine, slight wobble. Bit of a bad capacitor. Hopefully it doesn't drift out too much. Another one, that one's fine. That one's fine. Bit of a wobble to this one. This one has a loose mounting hook, as you can see. Because it's shaking around. They've actually got tape over the controller for that one, but they're using it today, so. That one runs fine. That one runs fine. A little bit of wobble. This one's got a very, very, very loose mounting hook in the ceiling, as you can tell. So they should probably get that fixed. Have a look at that a bit more, because it's just fun to watch. Fierce Sparky, which is wobbling. Another wobbly Winco. It's fine. A little bit of a wobble. Moved so much air in here, which is nice. I don't think they clean them though. That one's nice. That one's a bit wobbly. That one. Glad they didn't take the blades off of it though. It looks silly. This one's on 3-speed control. The controllers are laid out accurately, besides that top one controls that. This one here, which is off center for the rest. In here is something I really want to get. This rare 36-inch curved blade Loyal. The bracket was loose actually, but I think they fixed it. yeah, it runs nicely. So this loo actually does exist in real life too. We are in the barber shop, the other one. Airflow in reverse, which replaced the GC Queen's Air, unfortunately, and the master control. But this one, I don't know why he doesn't use often, which is because it has bad bearings. But it's actually on medium today. He like never uses it on medium, like ever. He only uses it on speed 1. But we're gonna put it on high just for show purposes that it does work. So while we wait for that to speed up, whoops, stupid airflow, get out of the way. We've got this GC back here, which he's actually running it, which is a surprise, as he never ever uses any of them, because he only uses the ones in the front area, which mostly is that airflow. But he wonders why it doesn't move any air. But still, there we go. See, as you can see, it runs perfectly fine. It just needs fixed bearings. But in the market next door, we've got GC Kingsway and an X-Blair exhaust fan. Kingsway from the 1940s, X-Blair from the 1960s. This shop is very hot. It's like 40 degrees and there's like no insulation in here. Crappy pedestal fan. Another Kingsway up here. Another crappy pedestal fan. I don't think they're allowed to put air conditioning because it's a heritage listed place. But they might need to get the fans replaced. This one over here especially because it's yeah, it's a bit slow. Now the grocery store, here we are. We've got a 56-inch broomsmead, which is very dirty since I first visited the place. We've got a Triton, 120 centimetre. There's all the controls. This one was replaced in the 90s to this GC. And we've got this other broomsmead. And then this Evergo, it did not replace anything, they actually added the Evergo. There's all the controls for this section. We've got this GC here, which unfortunately the top canopy's battered. That's weak. That's on high. That's pathetic. They're not going to move with that much air or spin as fast as these old fans. This one's in excellent shape. They just need to clean, and well, they need a new roof. And this airflow is also weak. But I guess it's what you get for installing cheap fans. Okay, the post office is closed today, so that GC is not right. Another 7-Eleven. We've got an not SMC Wattmaster. We've got this 1970s Wattmaster, sorry. There's the controls. They don't use this one at the back because the controller's very stiff to turn. Sometimes it arcs inside. That's just what happens with old controllers with dust inside and stuff. But yeah, they don't use it, but that one gets used. There's how we're in the barber shop. Oh my gosh, is it hot in here? He's got this appears to be on low. Then he never uses that because the controller's melted. And that one's also appears to be on low. Let's check. Nope, this one's on medium because the controller's installed upside down. Middle one's off because, well, it's obviously melted. Yuck. And yeah, that one's on low. That's just, and it's got this pedestal fan running. Cheap junk. Either way, let's show that they do work fine. There is no bad capacitors. Oh my gosh, that's even worse on low. We'll show that they actually do work perfectly fine. I think this one does wobble. Just in case throughout the series we never see them on high, because I don't think I've ever seen them on high. But it's actually the controllers, because these fans pull so much current. The controllers, they're new, so they're not rated to handle high current fans like this. Just things like over 70 watt. Yeah, there they are. They both work fine. The middle one does work too. But yeah, he uses them on medium and low. Second to last store. We've got Royal. This place used to have Royals all throughout it. They're very nice, very good condition, some of them. These ones they don't use because they don't know where the controllers are. Obviously, we know where the controllers are. They're in silly locations, though. They should have put the rest of them over there. Most of them work good. This is in reverse. You actually replaced one in the late 80s for some reason. This one's got a bit of a bent blade. This one was replaced in around 2010 with this airflow, which has a bad capacitor. No surprise. This one, if you pause the video, you'll see that one of the screws for the blades is missing, and the blade's upside down, so the blade's going to fly off eventually. Give it a little bit of time. This one's got a bent up blade. Surprisingly, the canopies aren't rotten, though. The royal ones in real life tend to always have the worst conditioned canopies. And they always have these melted spots on the controls. That's actually real, too. That actually does happen. We are in the last shop of the map. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for sticking around to listen to me ramble on about these ceiling fans. But it's interesting to see what happens each time. The map is playable for people as well, so anyone can join. So we've got these majestic cooler fans. They're not the best. These were actually rated poorly by Choice, which is a product review platform, and they were just rated for not moving in the air. These are on high, believe it or not, but they're very useless. They're all slow. That's probably the fastest one you'll see. This place originally was built in the 90s, and they just had them all throughout, these Bonaire fans. But, as you can see, this is what's happened to a lot of them. They're very slow. They're weak. They upgraded all what was over here years ago. And I'll take you over and show you the controls. But I think they should just replace all the existing Bonairs, because they're not very useful. Like, these aren't moving in the air up there. The Majestic Coolers are okay. Subways tend to use them, though. This one's fine. They all wobble, though. Wobbling. Wobbling. So, yeah, they all did replace them. They all replaced Bonairs. This one actually replaced a Majestic Cooler, I'm pretty sure. Because these are all coolers up here. They all replaced Bonairs originally anyway. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully catch you in the next video. So stay tuned, and have a good day.